I try very hard to be humble. I try very hard to
Really?
not be too cocky about sports. Listen, I like to consider myself a very down to earth individual overall. I acknowledge how little I know in the grand scope of the universe, and I consider myself as just a man with no real power over the result of this game. Uh, no real overpowered sports knowledge. I don't have. I'm not in a Back to the Future esque scenario where I've gone back in time and I possess a magazine listing the winners of various games. I don't have some magical sense of foresight. I am simply a man. But last night I had a vision. I was lying in bed, as I often do at night when I'm trying to fall asleep. I find bed is a great place to do that. I was lying there and I was thinking about this game because normally, whenever the Chiefs have a big game, I am insanely anxious. I have. I find myself as a very anxious and nervous person in general. I can't help it. It's just I got it from my mother. I've always been that way, right? And on the exterior, I try to keep very calm and collected. But usually I'm an anxious person, and it comes through for me in my sports teams, especially with the Chiefs, like big playoff games or whatever. Insane anxiety. I had it with the Jaguars game. I had it with the Bengals game, and I've been wondering the past week and a half or so, what's wrong with me? I haven't been nervous. I haven't felt nervous. I haven't been saying anything nervous. I don't feel nervous. I don't look nervous. And I realized it's because I'm not nervous. You hear me? The Chiefs are going to win this game. The Chiefs are absolutely going to win this game. And maybe it's close. Maybe it's not. But guess what? Mahomes isn't letting this slip away. Mahomes isn't going to waste this opportunity. Andy Reid's not going to waste this opportunity. This is so big for both of them. I think everything has been building up to this whole year. I mean, the whole narrative around the Chiefs, everything feels like the sky is falling. The humiliating loss to the Bengals last year, you lose Tyreek Hill. The whole thing feels like the sky is falling, but no, it's the Chiefs. You don't have to be nervous because the Chiefs only do one thing, and that's just win. The Chiefs win. And guess what? They're going to win this game too. And it's going to be pretty cool. And Mahomes is going to get the Super Bowl MVP because that's what happens when you win the Super Bowl. It goes to the quarterback almost always. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be a tight shootout. I think this is like a nice 31-24 game. And maybe it gets a little tighter than that, but I don't feel nervous. And it's because I'm not nervous because there's no reason to be nervous. Chiefs win. Heard it here first.
All right, Mason, make sure you're tracking these. I do want to revisit these when we do our recap show. YB, you're up.
I think we just saw Brad morph into Nick Wright in front of our eyes, but I digress. But
Never a
but
good thing to be. Oh my god.
That's insulting.
I think and also
Actually, of all the like sports talking heads, Nick
no,
Wright's actually the one I find the least annoying. Like,
Right,
really?
right.
Oh yeah, so you're not a Bills fan. That's right.
No, in all seriousness though, like if you recall back to when I was on in the week 2 podcast, like when we were talking like not just about the Bengals being 0-2, but you mentioned other topics around the league. I was high on the Eagles back then. I was high on the Eagles before the season started, and I thought they had the chance to do big things. I didn't imagine them going this far. I didn't imagine Jalen Hurts being this good this fast. I didn't imagine AJ Brown being this well integrated into the system. I didn't imagine Hassan Reddick being the player that he is this like and being this well integrated into the system. And I look at reasons to kind of poke holes in the Eagles, like, and because I've experienced firsthand the Mahomes magic in front of my eyes 2 weeks ago, and Mahomes is magic, and I want to see if Mahomes has that magic in him, and he definitely does, and whether that magic is enough to overcome what is, I think, the most well-rounded roster in the NFL. And maybe this is a little bit of spite in me talking, I won't deny. And Brad, I know that if the tables were reversed last year, you'll probably be able to pick the Rams as well. So you'll forgive me for saying that. I will pick the Eagles in this game because I've been high on the Eagles all season, and this is me staying true to myself. And I think because of Mahomes and Kelsey and what they've done, what they've been able to do all year, they've never allowed themselves to be blown out. It will not be a blowout at all. But the Eagles, I don't think have any weaknesses other than perhaps Jalen Hurts suddenly getting exposed on a big stage. But I don't think that will happen either. I've grown to believe in Jalen Hurts over the course of the season, and more than that, I think the leaders on this team, Jason Kelsey, Hassan Reddick, um, CJ Gardner Johnson for whatever reason, I think has become a leader on this team as well. I think those guys have like grown, and Nick Sirianni embodies the city of Philadelphia for somehow. And I think they pull it off. I think they managed to pull it off. I think it'll be 20, 27-21. 27-21. And MVP will be Jalen Hurts. And it'll be the success story. The guy that ran out of Alabama for Tua is now the Super Bowl MVP.